So the first thing you want to do is have a nice, clean, dry wheel head. Nice round bottom helps it to not trap air bubbles in the bottom. And you can place it on there or you can smack it on there. But it's helpful to line it up with the rings like this. And then I usually just push it. And I use a fair amount of body weight to really get it stuck. And you can test it by doing that. Get the wheel spinning. And if you need to get some reassurance to make sure it's stuck, you can start by putting your hands on it with a little bit of water, and then you can basically smear this corner down. That'll just kind of suction it to the wheel. I don't normally do that, but if you've had some bad experiences with the clay flying off, then that's helpful. As far as your speed goes, you don't necessarily need to be at full speed, but 80 to 90% of full speed is really good for centering. As you go through pottery, you start out fast in centering, and then you get slower and slower as you get to finish the pot. So you want to center the clay, you're basically going to press on the sides and the top of the clay. So your right hand's going to press on the side, and your left thumb is going to press on the top. And I'll tell you, if you have a lot of wobble like this, one thing you can do is you can actually stop your wheel. You can press it a little bit without it moving to get it more centered so you don't wobble so much. And then you can go back. You can see how there's a bit less wobble. So it's less fighting, less of the bucking bronco, as I like to call it. And then you brace your elbow into your body and your other elbow into your body, into your hip socket if you can. And then use kind of the weight of your body to lean forward. Your head should be looking straight down over your hands. And then you push for about 3 seconds. And I like to count in my head, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, and then slowly, for about 2 seconds, take them off. Then you dip your hand and get more water. You only really have to dip your hand in the water, just enough to get it coated with water. You don't need to scoop and pour. You don't need to take your sponge and flood it. Notice how there's a little bit of drips coming off, but not too much, right? So a little hand dip, or you can dip both hands if you want. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 coming off. And then dip. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 coming off. The reason you do that is because that gives you a chance to reset your technique every time. So you check your elbows, make sure they're tucked. You connect your hands. You want your thumbs connected or the pads of your thumbs like this connected. And then you can basically start afresh, and you will be able to refine little things about your technique, the most important of which are bracing. Everything needs to be braced, your body close to the wheel, your head looking right down so you have your weight engaged, and that way you can reset. So you 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And also getting in that habit of slowly releasing, you won't pull it off center. Because if you're pushing really hard like this and then you let off fast, see what happens? You leave a dent in it. So I don't recommend it. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Another thing you can do that's really helpful to get your clay mixed and help you to center, but also just have better quality clay, is called coning. With coning, you're going to basically squeeze with both hands on the side, but you do still keep a thumb over the top. Squeeze on the side. You see how that starts to push it up. If it gets dry, grab some more water, no problem. You can keep doing that. A lot of times you can do that with one pull, but I'm showing you how to do it gradually because it's really good when you're starting out to learn how to do this gradually. So once I've pulled it up like this, that's mixing the clay. Now I'm going to push it back down. Now you don't want to just push on the top like this. You want to take your hand around the side and your thumb over the top. And I'm actually going to tip the clay a little bit and kind of push down through the side. My other hand is keeping it contained. I'll kind of let you see. But see, it's not pushing down and folding over like a mushroom. That causes trouble. You want to make sure that you're pushing it down through like this rather than down and over. And then you basically just push it back down into your kind of like hockey puck / hamburger shape. And then usually most potters will do that twice. And I'll do this one in one pull so you can see. And you can squeeze it in more at the bottom. It's not super critical that you get the coning perfect. And to be honest, I threw for 20 years without ever coning. But it is really helpful. It lines up the clay particles, it mixes the clay, gets it really ready for centering, similar to wedging your clay before you even put it on the wheel. So, good thing to practice. And then you go back to your, just like, you know, this pad on the top, this, like the pinky pad on the side. Connect your thumbs and you press 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, let off. Okay.